Welcome to the Voice Room podcast, where conversations come alive and voices find their power. Whether you're a student, a young professional, or just someone eager to communicate with confidence, you're in the right place. Now, get ready to dive into insights on voice, speech, and the art of impactful communication. With your host, voice and presentation expert, Carina Tien.
Hello, welcome back to the Voice Room podcast, and my name is Carina, your host. Today, we are diving into a topic that literally changed the game in relationship, both personal and professional, and that is mindful communication. It sounds gentle, right? Mindful. But don't be fooled. Mindful communication is not just about speaking slowly or using a calm voice. It is about intentionality. It is about presence. It is about knowing that every word you speak shapes connection or disconnection. And what makes this topic different today is that we are not just going to talk about the why. We are going to focus on the how. How do we bring awareness to our words? How do we stay present when emotions are high? How do we communicate in a way that builds trust and safety? Now, let's dive in. Mindful communication means communicating with awareness of your thoughts, your emotions, your body, and your impact, while staying attuned to the other person.
Okay.
It's speaking, listening, pausing, and responding with intention. It is not about perfection. It is about presence. That doesn't mean you should stay quiet all the time, but we should consider what we are adding to the moment. Are we fueling fire, or are we bringing clarity, care, and connection? Mindfulness gives us that microsecond of choice. Now, let's think about this. So much of communication is automatic. You hear something, you react. You're triggered, you speak defensively. Someone shuts down, you either overcompensate or shut down too. That's the autopilot cycle. But mindfulness breaks that cycle. It helps us respond instead of react. The quality of your communication shapes the quality of your relationships. That conversation with your partner, that meeting with your boss, that dinner with your family. Every interaction is either building trust or eroding it. Mindfulness helps us show up fully, not just verbally, but emotionally. Before you say anything, your body is already communicating. Your eyes, your posture, the tone of your voice, your breath. If your words say, "I'm listening," but your body says, "I'm annoyed," people will believe your body. That is why mindful communication starts before you open your mouth. You have to check in with yourself. Here is a 15-second self-scan I teach my clients. Number 1, ask yourself, am I breathing? What am I feeling in my body? What am I feeling emotionally? What do I want the other person to feel after this conversation? I can tell you the last one is a game changer. Do you want them to feel safe, respected, heard, or do you want to win the argument? Let your intention shape your tone. Here is where most people get it wrong. They think mindful communication is about being a better speaker. But it's really about being a better listener. Are you listening to understand? or listening to respond. Here is a quick practice. The next time someone's talking, take a full breath before you respond. That tiny pause resets your nervous system, gives your brain space to process what was said, and communicates presence. Also, notice where your intention goes when somebody else is speaking. Are you checking out, planning your reply, or judging what they are saying? Bring awareness to your attention is the foundation of mindful listening. Now, I want to share something that's often overlooked. Clear communication does not guarantee connection. You can say something articulate and accurate, but if you are not emotionally attuned, it might still land cold. Connection comes from alignment. That means your words match your tone. Your tone matches your energy. Your energy is grounded in presence. Let's take an example. When your partner says, "I had a rough day," you could respond, "I'm sorry to hear that." Or you can pause, soften your tone, and say, "That sounds tough. Want to tell me about what happened?" Same words? No. Same energy? Definitely not. Mindful communication tunes into what's not being said and responds with care. One of the most powerful communication tools is the pause. We underestimate it, but a pause gives you a moment to choose your words, to breathe, and to not escalate. When you pause, you show that you're listening to both yourself and the other person. Especially in heated moments, try saying something like that. "Give me a second. I want to answer that clearly." Or, "Let me take a breath before I respond." Or, "Can we slow this down for a moment?" These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of emotional maturity. Let's talk about a few common unconscious habits and how mindfulness can shift them. Number 1, interrupting. Practice listening all the way through. Notice your urge to jump in and just breathe through it. Defensiveness. Instead of proving you're right, ask yourself, what's the need behind what they're saying? Dismissive tone. Become aware of how your tone might sound from the other person's perspective. Speak with empathy, not just logic. Passive aggression. Say what you mean, kindly. For example, "I'm upset," is clearer and more respectful than sarcasm. Like any skill, mindful communication is built over time. Here are a few ways to integrate it into daily life. Start your day with a mindful intention. How do I want to show up in conversation today? Do a 30-second breath check before difficult conversation. After a conversation, ask yourself, did I show up how I wanted to? Practice mirroring. Repeat back what someone said before offering your views. At night, journal one moment where you communicated with awareness. Small practices make big impact. Mindful communication isn't about sounding perfect or using the right script. It is about being real, being present, being kind even when it is hard. When you slow down enough to hear yourself and the other person, beneath the surface, That's when connection happens. Whether you are in a boardroom, a kitchen, or a video call, your voice carries weight. Let it carry intention too. Thank you once again for being here today on the Voice Room podcast. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Leave a review. It really helps us to grow. And remember to follow me on Instagram at The Voice Room for daily tools, tips, and inspiration. I'm so excited to see all of you in the next episode. And until then, breathe, pause, and speak with presence. Your voice is your power. Use it mindfully.